All right, welcome everybody to episode 5 of The Blueprint. My name is Maz and I'm here with Salil. First of all, we want to thank you guys so much for the support and the feedback you've given us in the last couple of episodes. If you haven't watched our last episode that we did with Artz, we highly recommend that episode. It's one of our favorites that we've done so far. And shout out to Artz for coming through and just dropping some knowledge. Salil, what'd you think of that episode we just shot?
It was a great episode. We got great feedback. And I think this was one of the episodes where in the blueprint, we didn't cover one profile, but looked at a few mechanics about Bitclout, right? How do you incentivize people to buy your coins? And then how do you incentivize them to keep your coins, right? And I think those are very important topics. So I love the episode.
Exactly. And by the way, so someone made a meme from that episode, which I'm going to post right now in the video here. So it is a meme of Artz drinking water, high quality water, and me drinking just regular water. And you guys went off with that. So me and Salil, we changed it up on you guys today, and we want to just show you really quick. Boom. So now you guys can't talk crap. We're out here. We have the good water. Shout out Artz for putting us on. All right. So in today's episode, we are excited to bring you, we have one of our favorite creators / influencers / role models on the platform. He has been, all in on Bitclout since day one. He is an amazing person to look at and just look at the blueprint of what he's done on the platform. We are going to review Jake Udell's account today. So are you ready, Salil?
Let's do it.
So we are here on prosperclout.com right now, and we are viewing Jake Udell's profile. So if we look, first thing that I see here is he has a blue check mark, and he is a verified whale account. So a whale account means that you have over 150 coins in circulation. That qualifies you as a whale on the platform using the ProsperClout data here. So his coin price is 12.57K. He has 190.3 coins in circulation. His locked value is almost 800,000.
Wow.
His founder reward is 10%. He has 10.41K followers. And he's actually received a lot of diamonds. I think he's one of the most diamonded creators on the platform. He has close to 7K diamonds received, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Last active 3 hours ago. And he qualifies for the Artz 100K challenge. So that is pretty cool. Artz, if you're watching this, you may want to invest in Jake.
Yes. Jake would be happy with the investment. So let's recap the Artz 100K investment one more time. So Artz, to celebrate his 100 days on Bitclout, is investing $1,000 in 100 different creators. And he made a post about it. It's on his profile. If you come to ProsperClout, you can see if you qualify for his investment. And the criteria is very simple. There are 3 things he's looking for in a creator. Number 1, they should be more than 30. The account should be more than 30 days old on Bitclout. Number 2, they should have more than 100 followers. And number 3, their HHI score, which is a measure of their cap table risk, is less than 0.25. And we'll talk about the HHI in a bit, but irrespective, just if you haven't seen this before, if you come to ProsperClout, search your profile name, a green check mark shows you qualify, a few red dots show that you may not qualify. Although, the 2 of the 3 things, account age you can't change, you just have to wait it out. But number of followers and HHI, you can actually influence based on your actions. So yeah, something to check. But just to circle back, Jake Udell meets the criteria. So Artz, if you're watching this video, Jake is eligible for a $1,000 investment from you.
Yeah, amazing. So that's pretty cool to see, right? That there's no, it's not basing it off the coin price, it's basing it on other metrics, which is nice.
That's nice. Yeah.
So looking at the other metrics, Jake's account is 110 days old today. So he created his account on March 12th, 2021. So That's pretty cool. Yeah, he's an OG for sure.
Yeah.
He has one username picked. So from the get-go, Jake Udell has been his handle. And his last 7 days of money flow has been 2K into his account. So that's pretty cool. Very solid numbers here.
Yeah. And if you look at the coin price volatility, right, in the last 14 days, it's not moved a lot, right? Even though his coin price is 12,300, I think, 13,000 almost, right?
Yeah.
His his coin price fluctuates just by $30 either side, right? In the last 14 days, it stayed very stable.
Mhm.
So truly, it's a very stable account. In the last 14 days, it's gone as high as 13,100, as low as 12,900. So a stable account overall.
Yeah, that's awesome. And looking at the coin price movement, I mean, the last time his coin was really low was back in April when you could have gotten around $4,000, and now it's averaging, like you said, around $13,000. So that's amazing growth on his coin.
Yeah. Sorry,
So
man.
looking at that, right? So again, one
Hey,
metric that I like to look at when we're, based off the last episodes that we've done is coin price movement and meaningful engagement, right? Those things tend to be correlated a lot of the times. So let's look at Jake's here. And if we look, when he was the most active, we actually saw the biggest increase in coin price. So that's kind of interesting, huh, Salil?
absolutely. That's super fascinating, right? Like if we overlay the two charts, you can absolutely see where he had the most engagement around, I would say, let's see, right? Between April 1st until third week, second week of April. And
Yeah.
that's truly the time when his coin price increased. So few things probably were happening, right? He was, people were getting to know him on the platform, who he is, uh, also figuring out what the value proposition is, like what is he bringing to the platform, and why investing in his coin is a good thing. So, and once he established that credibility, right, he doesn't need to constantly be that active. You still need to maintain a certain level of activity, right? It cannot be that you just quickly increase your activity level and then drop off. Even in the
Yeah.
last 14 days, if you look at that metric, and this is a very recent metric, we made a change here. Earlier, it used to go back the whole age. But to highlight how active accounts have been recently, his average posts per day in the last 14 days is three, almost three, right? So he's doing a little more than three posts every single day, which is including weekends. He's been pretty active. And I think that's one of the reasons that his coin has stayed so stable.
Yeah, absolutely. Very consistent. And again, looking at the same chart here, his most active day on the platform is Tuesday, least active day is Friday. And Tuesday is a number that I keep seeing repeatedly when I look at Prosper Cloud as far as most active day. Um, and then the weekends tend to be a little slower, but that's interesting. Tuesday seems to be that, prime time real estate for Bitclout engagement.
Yeah, mid of the week, right? I think people are back Tuesday, Wednesdays. You're right, absolutely. Are the days when people seem to engage more on BitCloud, and then truly weekends seem like people are not as active. Sundays, from my experience, and I haven't run the numbers on this. Sunday seems like the day that people are least active on BitCloud.
Absolutely, and myself included. Sundays, I maybe log on twice to check things and make sure things are not crashed yet. But every other day, I'm on at least 10 to 15 times a day.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so interesting. Very, very solid as far as engagement on the platform, as far as consistency and as far as stability, which is all things that we look for uh, on the platform. And again, Jake has been such a great role model as far as the content and the information and the support he puts out on the platform. So looking at that, let's transition into his coin holder distribution and let's see, his coin holders. Let's look a little more into that.
So almost over 1,000 accounts hold Jake's coin. That's
Wow.
crazy, right? Almost 1,200. If you look at it, there are 1,200 accounts that are holding Jake's coin, and here there are a few things that are happening here, right? There are multiple ways you can hold coins. One way to hold is you just buy the coin, right? You purchase a coin. And
Yeah.
about 850 people have purchased his coin, including 94 verified or whale accounts. And we'll take a look who those accounts are in a moment. The other way is if Jake has actually diamonded their post. So by Jake giving diamonds out, he's giving a part of their coin to a creator. Or the third way is coin holders who've purchased Jake's coin can transfer a part or a complete coin to some other wallet as well.
Yeah.
And people do it for several reasons. One could be they are moving coins within their own accounts, within their own wallets, for many reasons. And the other could be they're gifting that coin to someone else. So, with all said and done, there are 1,200 people invested in Jake's success on BitCloud right now.
That's amazing. And that's really cool to see. Um, yeah. So let's look a little more at his coin holders. Let's look into that.
Yeah, so he happens to have, I think, the most number of his own coins, and we'll break it down in a second. But the other, verified accounts, the Talent Fund 2 is there, Craig is there, Maybeam, right? Core Dev Team, Maybeam is there. In fact, I also see Diamond Hands. Diamond Hands also, right? Diamond Hands also holds about 0.37 of Jake's coins, right? Himself.
Nice.
And then bunch of other creators, Douglas, or verified creators. Douglas has it. Dharmesh, CTO of HubSpot, has his coins. So a bunch of well-known, well-respected community members hold Jake's coins.
Yeah, that's great. And one thing that I've noticed, so as far as coin holders, is if we look at Jake's HHI, it's
Yeah.
actually fairly low for being such a big account, right?
That's absolutely true. That's a great point, Maz. I think one of the factors playing in that is, unlike other whales on the platform, Jake does not hold too many of his own coins. So a lot more people have actually bought into Jake's coin, and that's increased his coin value, right? A
Yeah.
lot of whales have bought a large portion of their own coins, which has helped their coin price. But in Jake's case, if we look at the donut chart, he only owns 18% of the entire supply, which is about 33 coins,
Yeah.
and he has about what 190 coins in circulation.
Hmm.
The second biggest coin holder in his case is Who Am I, which holds about 27 coins. So between Jake and Who Am I, about what 18 and then 40, 32%. A
Yeah.
third of his coins are between two, but two-thirds of his coins, and that's the amazing part. Two-thirds of his coins are held by 1,200 other accounts, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Amazing.
what's driving his HHI number, such a low number.
Yeah, and again, that ties back to Jake being such a great role model on the platform, and seeing these numbers, they align perfectly with that.
Yeah. And let's recap what HHI means very quickly here, right? If
Yeah.
you're looking at this video for the first time, there's actually a video Maz and I recorded that's fully dedicated to HHI. So if you're interested, highly encourage you. I think it would be on the link below.
Yeah.
However,
I'll link it here for everybody to see. Hmm.
perfect. Just to give you a quick recap. So HHI is basically a metric that shows what's the likelihood that the coin price will drop if someone who's on your coin holder list sells a coin. 1,200 people hold Jake's coin, so that lowers that number. And also,
Yeah.
no one single person actually holds a large portion of Jake's coin. So those are the two factors that helps drive HHI. It's a number between 0 and 1. Smaller the number, the lower the risk of coin price going down. Higher the number, the higher the risk of coin price going down if someone sells. So that's a very quick summary of HHI. But please watch the video that Maz and I recorded. It's a much more detailed. We go through 3 case studies. We look at a case where someone has a high HHI, a medium HHI, and a low HHI. So if you're interested to learn more, I think that's the video to watch.
Absolutely. And yeah, that's a great point, Salio. And another good thing that I see right now looking at Jake's profile here is the reinvestments, right? So 14% of coin holders have reinvested back into Jake's coin. And what that means is that they have bought Jake's coin and then they bought Jake's coin again without selling first, right? So they've doubled up essentially.
Yeah,
And that is a bullish signal to see. And it shows that, they value what he's doing on the platform enough to buy again and into his coin.
absolutely, right. And again, let's open the list and see who they are. And like you'll see those respected names. You'll see those people in the community who are active, who people trust and respect.
Yeah.
Talent Fund 2, Craig, Maybeam, Diamond Hands himself, Amanda Johnston, right? A lot of these people uh, who have, bought Jake's coin again. So they haven't sold between the two buys. And that's
Yeah.
and 15% is good, right? Almost 1 in 6, 1 in 7 people who holds Jake's coin buys again. So
Yeah.
118 coin holders of the 850 who've bought have bought it again.
That's awesome. Really cool numbers. Nice. Yeah, let's transition then from Jake's coin holders. Let's look more into Jake's investment side of things. Let's see what he's doing on the platform as far as wallets and insights from there.
Yeah, and Jake, here's the thing, right? So for a lot of people, we nearly don't have the wallet size that Jake has, right? His
Yeah.
wallet size is 2 million. But the reason we believe this is a good profile to look at is it's a role model profile in some sense, right? Jake hasn't played any founder reward games. He
Nope.
hasn't, changed his founder reward crazy high or crazy low. And we look at that in a moment. Despite that, and he hasn't bought a lot of his own coins. Like 33 is a significant number, but
Yeah.
not like other whales, right? So he's organically generated interest on the platform, like most of other creators, and gotten to a whale size, gotten to a coin price that is north of $12,000, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at his wallet size, he's put in about what 400 some thousand into his own coin. Significant number, not
Yeah.
trivial at all. Significant. However, he's put over 1.5 million to support other creators, right? So
Amazing.
three-fourths of his investment has gone to support other creators. One-fourth has been in his own coin.
Wow. That's awesome to see. This is really, really cool to see that.
Yeah. And then you can see the other two metrics here as well, right? Who is the person he's purchased the most number of coins? And Lauren Gray, he has about 200,000 worth of Lauren Gray's coin. And
Yep.
right below that, you can see how many other creators Jake has coins. So there are about 1,600 other creators. But again, let's break it down, right? Like all metrics have a context. He's bought about 500 creators, which is
Mhm.
fantastic. About 1,100 creators he has received coins, right? And if we go back, we noticed he gets a lot of diamonds, right? And those diamonds are small portions of coins that people are sending him. So in some sense, he has ownership of 1,600 different creator coins. He's purchased 500 of them.
Yeah. That's awesome. And again, this shows me as far as, again, talking about influential and being a role model on the platform, he is a man of the people on the platform. Everybody, recognizes what he's doing, and we're all appreciative of the hard work he puts for Bitclout. And it shows looking at these numbers.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, and over the course of his 110 days, I think on the platform, he's bought his own coins 10 times. Last time he purchased was back in April 19th, and
Yeah.
he's put in about 120,000 of his own money. Okay,
Yeah. That's awesome.
and today, right, if we actually just compare metrics, right, like all these metrics in some sense tie together. If you look at his wallet size, today the 120,000 that he's put in has become 430,000 of his own coin holdings, right? So he actually put 120K. Over time, people have bought more coins, supported his cause, supported him as a creator, and his own holdings in his own coin has gone up to about 400,000, north of 400,000.
Nice. And he has not sold $1 of his coins, so he has not rug pulled us or played any games with us, which is cool.
Right? That's right. Zero sell trades on his own coin. Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Very solid numbers looking at that. And the men of the people, it's great to see that. And
Yeah.
then, so speaking of founder award games, let's look at his founder award. So let's look at Jake's founder award, what it's been throughout his history on the platform.
So that's a beautiful founder reward chart, right? It's not too much on the eye. All these months, right? Over about what 4 months, right? He's been here for 110 days, about three and a half, 4 months. He's changed his founder reward only 5 times: 0%, 3, 10, 15, and 20.
Yeah.
Right? 10% seems like where he's mostly kept his founder reward at. So
Mhm.
about $1.6 million have flowed into his account at about 10%. However, with that said, he's changed his founder reward selectively to 3%. And I think that's a good thing, right? Depending on who's investing in your coin, if you've had a discussion and you believe in that coin holder, it's it's a worthwhile cause to maybe give a founder reward discount. And he's probably brought his founder reward to 3% a few times, and
Yeah.
he's gotten most investment per hour at 3%. So almost, I don't think he's kept it for a very long time, right? Like he's almost gotten $200,000 per hour at 3%. So I think those were like selective bursts where
Yeah.
he's changed his founder reward to bring in the investment. And if you look at historically, right, very consistent at around 10%, and it's gone up to 20% on certain days and down to 0% or even to 3%.
Yeah.
But he hasn't, changed it a lot. And the last time he changed his founder reward was back in June 3rd. He was at 0% probably for a brief moment, and then he's been at 10% for the whole month.
Yeah, nice. And again, one thing that I've noticed as we continue to do these review these profiles is a consistent founder reward tends to be a more solid, least volatile account.
Yeah.
So there's not as much volatility when you change your founder reward so much. You tend to get a lot of ups and downs and not stable, which is the opposite of Jake's coin here. So cool.
Yeah, and I think we did discuss this, right? So on the in the arts video that we were talking about, we spent almost a whole episode talking about value creation as a creator.
Yeah.
But a brief recap of that, right? There are many ways of creating value. Giving a discount on your coin is one way, which is maybe lowering your founder reward or playing with the founder reward. But
Hmm.
Jake, through his activities on the platform and most likely activities off platform, right, connecting with his own coin holders, uh, you know, and then basically meeting whatever the expectations were. People have
Yeah.
bought back in the coin, and he's kept that coin price, right? It hasn't been people start selling off his coins. So founder reward is one way. Not sure if it's the best way to incentivize people. It is a good way, but again, everyone's goals are different. But the
Yeah.
other way we encourage everyone to look at value creation is through what do you offer to your coin holders.
Absolutely. And I've seen a sentiment change from, just 0% founder reward by my coin. I've seen a shift on Bitclout in the last couple of weeks where
Yeah,
it's more about providing value, right? So it's more about how can I bring value to coin holders besides just dropping my founder reward,
yeah.
Telegram chats, Zoom calls, or whatever. I think we're starting to innovate in ways to bring value to the community, which is pretty cool to see.
So we can look at the recent trades very quickly. Recent trades shows a snapshot of 10 trades, last 10 trades that happened on Jake Udell's coin, and 10 trades that Jake Udell himself did. Recently, we also on Prosper Cloud we added a new tab called All Trades. So not only can you see the last 10, but you can literally see every single trade. So let's jump to that very quickly. And once we are on it, there are two parts to it. There is a coin chart on top, which goes from the day the account was created till today, and it has different markers on the chart. And we'll talk about that, right? 30-day, when the 30 days were met when the account was created, whale territory, what the coin price is, and what's the whale territory, and we can get into that,
Yeah.
and a few other things. So that's the coin price chart, and then below that we have the all trades section. So before we jump into the all trades section, do you want to talk about the chart a little bit here, Mas?
Yeah, absolutely. My favorite thing about the chart is looking at which big creators or investors bought Jake's coin, essentially helped them rise to the top, right? So if we look here, some notable creators or investors, we have Arts, the Talent Fund. There's an anonymous account, and you see which accounts helped Jake rise up and on what dates. And then after he crossed whale territory, which is as we talked about earlier, it's when you have over 150 coins in circulation. So
Yeah.
very cool to see the visuals as far as the investors that have helped Jake rise up. And yeah, I like it. It's very easy to understand and it provides a lot of insight.
Yeah, and also on this chart, you can see different points at which Jake himself bought his own coins. So
Yeah.
the green circles are when he's bought, he's never sold his coin, so there's no red dot or a red circle here. But you can
Hmm.
absolutely see, and the green shading that you see, that green shading basically means when one person came and bought the coins, started what we are calling a bull run. A bull run is when in 2 day window, the locked value or the money that came into his account was increased the total holding by 20%. So whatever that number was, if it was $100 that were locked in the account before, the money that flowed into the account in a 2 day period made that $100 $120. So it's a 20% increase in the lock value in a 2 day window, and that
Yeah.
is your bull run. A bear run is which is a red shading. A bear run, which I have, there's one bear run in Jake Udell's coin history, and that happened around March, early March, like March 25th or so, around that time
Yeah.
when you know Paul Bugeja they sold the coins, which caused the total value that was locked in the account drop by 20% in a 2 day window. So those two
Wow.
days are the red trading. Guess like math. Think about it, right? Like if they honestly held the coin up until now, what the value would have been for
Yeah,
whatever.
he missed that rise completely. Yeah.
Yeah, so coin price back when this was sold was about what $4,800, and today it's
Wow.
$12,000, right? 3x the in 3 months, right? Like if in 3 months you can get 300% increase, I would hold.
You see what happens when you have paper hands, man. You miss out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, very interesting. How different times, like, what decisions people make.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's look at the all transactions section below.
Uh-huh.
And this is a new section, Maz. And then the things that you see here are essentially the context around every transaction. So, at what price the transaction happened, how did it change the coin price, what was it before, what was it after, how many coins were bought if it was a buy trade, or how many coins were sold if it was a sell trade. And if it's a buy trade, what was the founder reward at which the transaction happened? So it gives you the whole context and details around a transaction. But what is, I think, slightly more exciting or interesting is when someone was buying or selling the coin, what other transactions were they making during that time frame?
Yeah. That's super interesting. Let's look at some examples. Who should we pull up here, Salil, and check?
Let's see. Maybe Ralph K. We'll pull up a few different ones. I see Ralph K here. So Ralph K. on June 29th bought about $56 worth of coins. We'll see one buy and maybe one sell trade, right? And,
Yeah.
and see how it works. So $56 worth of coins, and let's see what else was Ralph K. doing around that time.
Hmm.
So that's the anchor transaction when they bought $56 worth of coins. And I think on that day, they were just buying. So
Yeah.
before that, they bought on June 15th. So there was a long period, there were no buys. Then on 29th, they bought Jake Udell at 7:44 in the morning. Then 7:48, they bought High Key. At 8, they bought Raj Lahoti. And also at 8 o'clock, they bought Krasenstein. But
Yeah.
all in the $50, buys.
Hmm.
And lots of interesting things you can gather from here, right? Like if you've been on the platform for a little bit, you'll know that all these coin holders, their coin prices are fairly high,
Yes.
right? North of 5,000, I would say, right? Numbers change depending on a few
Mhm.
factors, but High Key, Raj Lahodi, Krasenstein, Jake Udell, expensive coins. So it looks
Yeah.
like Ralph K is buying $50, $60, not more, not less, worth of coins across these 4 or 5 accounts for people who have a certain coin price.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so that's good to see that the group that he bought, they're all big accounts. So very interesting to see that.
Yeah, yeah. Let's look at a sell trade here. So 3MFI, right? So 3MFI sold the coin twice. Uh, sold Jake Udell's coin twice, $12 each
Mhm.
time. And let's look at the neighboring trade. What was going on? Okay, so interesting, right? So looks like 3MFI was selling coins. So they sold Jake Udell twice. Then they sold PETRH, PETRH
Mhm.
coin also. And they went and bought their own
Got their own.
coin. Yeah,
Mhm.
bought their own. So they bought their own coin. They bought a Google Bitclout coin, and they bought I would say that is the two trades we should look at, right? The timings on those. So around uh, 5:49 a.m. they sold PetRH at 5:50. Actually the evening before. So evening before they sold
Yeah.
Jake Udell twice. Then
Twice.
in the morning they sold PetRH, and then right after they bought their own coin, right? So and then they bought Google BitCloud. So you can see, right, like what was happening at what time and the reasons behind buying and selling. So if someone, let's say, tends to sell your coin for some reason, you can see what they went and bought after that. With what maybe it was their own account, maybe it
Yeah.
was a different coin, right? And that can give you some idea on where money flows from your coin potentially. And on the flip side, if someone bought your coin, you can see what did they buy or sell just before buying your coin to get an idea on who they were liquidating in some sense to bring the funds to your coin.
Interesting. Yeah, and it's interesting to see because I'm sure that happens a lot. If your coin takes a dump,
Yeah,
you might sell other creators you're holding to buy the dip on your own coin
yeah,
for a lot of reasons, right? So again, this gives you the context of seeing, oh, why did this person sell my coin? So you have this data here for you and for anybody.
yeah,
And this is really cool to sit down and just see, oh, what can I do to, if you're getting a lot of people selling your coin, maybe you can see what is going on and just, again, look at the context of the sales or the buys or whatever is going on with your coin price at the moment.
yeah. And I'm pulling up another profile or another cell here, right? Brian
Mhm.
Golod, I would say, is a account name, and they sold Jake Udell's coin, I think, worth $50.
Yeah.
And if you see, they were just selling at that point, right? They sold all major holdings. They sold Diamond Hands, they sold Whaleshark.pro, Jake Udell, Chamath, Craig. They had a bunch of different large creators potentially in the wallet, and they're just selling, right? So,
Hmm.
in some sense, it's not a reflection on Jake Udell in some sense that it's not the coin is not doing something right, the creator is not doing something right. It's a personal decision that they decided to sell, liquidate their holdings.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is really cool, Salil. I mean, I'm loving the context here of just really sitting down and analyzing what and why people are buying and selling. So
Yeah,
really good stuff.
awesome. Yeah, no, exciting times here.
Hmm. Amazing. So yeah, so let's wrap it up here with Jake Udell's profile. So we reviewed, his metrics as far as engagement, coin price, diamonds received. He just has an overall solid profile. He is, a leader in the platform. He is a big role model for a lot of creators and a lot of new people coming in. You should analyze and check Jake's profile. That's one account. If you're a new person on the platform, take some time, go on Bitclout, check his account, engage with him, and also just, come on Prosper Cloud and just see what he's done in the last 110 days, and it's going to give you a good idea of the things you need to do to be successful on this platform. So really appreciate it. Thanks, Jake, for letting us do this and review your account, and thank you for all you do for the platform. And yeah, what do you think, Salil?
Yeah, as you said, I think I cannot say it better than you did, right? He's a role model. He's created this from scratch almost, right? He is a whale at this point,
Yeah,
and a lot of 1,200 people have bought his coins, right? So the numbers say something, right? 1,200 people actually believe in what he's doing on the platform. 850 have purchased his coins, right? They've put money behind Jake. So yeah, so I would highly encourage, like Maz did, go look at Jake and follow him and see, how he's interacting with his own coin holders, how he's interacting on the platform, and maybe there are things that you can learn and follow for your own coin.
absolutely. And yeah, thank you all so much for tuning into this episode. We hope you liked it. If you did like it, please make sure to subscribe down below, hit a thumbs up, and please reclout this for us. As we continue to put these episodes out, we want to go ahead and just engage with the community as much as we can. So by you doing that, it helps us tremendously. So please and thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Peace. Peace.